What's up, LA Live gang? This is your boy AC, and welcome to another edition of LA Sports Live. Excuse me. As you guys come to the video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. Guys, hit that like button. We got a live stream going on. I know I haven't done this in a while, but I figured say, hey, let me jump on and do a live stream while I got a little bit of free time. And so, in order to get more viewers, in order to get YouTube to send the notifications out, you guys got to hit that like button for me, man. Because when you hit the like button, it shows that there's more engagement, and then, like I said, YouTube will keep sending notifications out and promote the video more. Now, I'm not going to I'm not going to hold and wait for me for the more people to come in. I'm gonna just get to it. And then if I have more time to stay later and talk, I will. If not, I'm about. So anyway, you guys see the thumbnail, you see the title. It's Dame time in Los Angeles. I repeat, it's going to be Dame time in Los Angeles in short order because I'm going to tell you guys, Damian Lillard is going to get traded to the Lakers. Damian Lillard is going to get traded to the Lakers. And I'm going to tell you guys why in a few minutes. But if you've been paying attention to what's going on in the news, excuse me, it was reported, oh, he's going to request a trade. And he came out and did the interview with Chris Haynes with Yahoo and said, oh, no, that's not true, man. I'm not going to request a trade. But what he did say is, I'm not going to request a trade, but I want to, basically he called out the Portland management team and say, hey, man, I want to see some changes. I want to see significant changes or however you want to call it, however you want to slice it. He want to see some moving and shaking. So in other words, if he don't see no moving and shaking, yeah, then all bets are off the table. He may indeed request a trade. Now, like I said, well, I guess I ain't say yet, but I know there's going to be a lot of people out there saying, oh, you're just a homer Laker fan. You want the Lakers to get all the good players. All these guys don't want to go to LA and all that kind of stuff. Or you guys think you're going to get all the good players. You're going to get, LeBron's going to get everybody. He's going to have an all-star team. The Lakers are going to have a $300 million payroll. All the players want to play for the Lakers. Well, let me put it like this. There's a lot, not all the players, but a lot of them do. And a lot of them do want to play with LeBron James, for obvious reasons. But let's see we're a few minutes in, but I'm hold just a little bit longer, then we're going to get right to it. And I'm going to tell you why the Lakers are going to get Damian Lillard. And then I'm going to tell you why all you guys are wrong when you say it's not going to happen. It can't happen. All of a sudden, man, look, it trips me out. All of a sudden, you guys are damn salary cap experts, or all of a sudden, you guys are NBA roster experts, and if you analyze a Lakers roster versus other teams' roster, it's just impossible for the Lakers to come up with a trade package for Dame Dollar. And then what I'm here to tell you is you're wrong. You're 100% wrong. You're completely wrong. And so let's see. Let's get to it, man, because I don't want to be here all day. Look, the Lakers, they most definitely can trade for Damian Lillard. And I'm well aware of his contract status. I believe he has 2 or 3 more years left on his contract. He signed, a mega blockbuster deal with the Portland Trailblazers, I think a season ago or whatever. I'm aware of this. So don't come telling me about salary cap and all this other kind of stuff. Don't come telling me that. And I don't care, because I'm not about to sit here and run down the whole Lakers roster. If they do trade for Damian Lillard, who are they going to have the 15-man roster? Who's going to be the starting lineup and what the rotation is going to be? I'm not going to sit here and tell you all that because I don't care, to be honest with you. I'm just going to tell you why the Lakers can get Damian Lillard. And you haters, you just gonna have to hate. That's just the way it is. Now, Damian Lillard, by all accounts, is a top 10 player in this league right now, right? By all accounts, Damian Lillard is a top 10 player in this league. He's on the Olympic team, and I believe he's starting because yeah, the baby assassin, he's not there. So Dame Dollar, he's starting. He's the starting point guard for the Olympic team. Now, I'm going to tell you why the Lakers can trade for him, and it's not the reasons why most of you thinking they can definitely do it. Let's analyze two trades that involved superstar players, top 5, top 10 players that recently happened. Let's go back to 2 years ago, Anthony Davis trade. Now, we remember the situation. Anthony Davis, he was unhappy in New Orleans. Then LeBron started talking about him publicly, and then next thing you know, and then right before that, he signs with Clutch Sports, and LeBron starts commenting publicly, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing with Anthony Davis." Now we know what happened. Anthony Davis formally requests a trade. The Pelicans sit him down, and he tells the Pelicans ultimately, "Look, I want to go to the Lakers." Fast forward a little bit, we know they did not get the deal done during the season. They got it done the next offseason, and the Lakers successfully traded for Anthony Davis. After AD requested for a trade, and he was fair game, sort of semi. He could have went anywhere, right? But we know when it came down to the end, the two main players were the Lakers and the Boston Celtics. And the Celtics did not offer the best package they could have over fear of AD will walk the next season. So anyhow, AD used his leverage and he's forced his way to the Lakers, and the rest is history. They won a title. We know what the story is. Now, look, for you guys who want to argue, well, the Lakers don't have the best package to offer for Anthony Davis. That don't matter. Let's look at who was traded for Anthony Davis. And I think we can all agree Anthony Davis at that time, he was a top 5, top 7 talent in this league. He was regarded as a top 5, top 7 talent in this league, a game changer, right? So let's see who. So you would think, okay, for a top 5, top 7 player in the league, you would think, okay, well, look, they need to at least get a 20-point scorer for AD, or they need to at least get an all-star player, top player for AD. But that's not the case. Who did AD get traded for? Lonzo Ball. And I'm not arguing about how good these players are. I'm just stating the facts. He was traded for Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and a lot of picks and stuff. And maybe some stuff I can't remember. But the bottom line is the main core of the deal was Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart. These were all young players, 3 years or less in the league, right? Right. Did any of these guys have any all-star appearances? No. Brandon Ingram made his first all-star appearance after being traded to the Pelicans. So don't try to correct me. I already know. No all-star appearances. No 20-point game scores were traded for in order to acquire Anthony Davis. I don't care about how it happened, why it happened, but that's the bottom line. That's what happened. Do you think that was the best package any team could have offered for Anthony Davis? Out of all the teams in the league, do you think that was the best package that any team could have offered? I don't think so. So that proves okay. And Anthony Davis only had 1 year left on his contract. We know that he had 1 year left. So it wasn't like he was free to go. He had 1 year left. So that team, whoever wanted him, could have, say, hey, let's bring him in for a year and we can convince him to stay. But nobody did it. And what happened? He ended up getting traded to the team he wanted to go to in the Lakers. And we know the rest is history, what happened after that. Now, so for the people who are going to say, well, look, he had the advantage. He only had 1 year left on his contract. And he told all other teams that, hey, Rich Paul's agent told other teams, like, hey, don't trade for me because I'm going to bounce after a year. Yes, that's what happened. and he was ultimately able to get where he wanted to go. Okay, so that's scenario number one. A player asks to be traded to a certain team. He has a little bit of leverage, but not really because he's a free agent the next season. So any team that would have traded for him has to have some kind of assurance that he will want to stay. And, you know, that's the deal. So a lot of teams didn't offer. And that's why the Celtics didn't put their best offer on the table. Okay, anyway. So Anthony Davis went to the Lakers. Okay, next season, James Harden. Now, same, similar, but not exactly the same type of scenario. James Harden, with the Houston Rockets, you guys know how the story went. Came into the camp out of shape, was a malcontent, and we all know that was just a ploy to get out of Houston, quick, fast, and hurry. In a hurry, they didn't trade him in the offseason. Houston was saying we're not going to trade him, and so he had to kind of create a fuss, right? He had to kind of act out to get what he wanted. We all know he wanted to end up being on the Brooklyn Nets. We all knew that. There was rumblings and talking and all that kind of stuff. And where there's smoke, there's fire. We know he wanted to end up to be on the Nets. And lo and behold, I don't think he really. I can't remember if he requested to be traded to the Nets. That may be one of his. That may have been one of his preferred landing spots, but I'm not for sure if he actually requested to go specifically to the Nets. But anyhow, unlike Anthony Davis, excuse me, the Beard has several years left on his contract. And Houston offered him even a longer extension with more money. I think they offered him like $50 million. The max, they offered him like a 2-year, $50 million per extension, $100 million for 2 years. And he said, no, thank you. So what does that mean? He wants to go. So they were forced to trade him. Who did he get traded to? The Brooklyn Nets, the team that he wanted to go to. And the fact of the matter is, James Harden is a top 10. Look, James Harden, in my opinion, he's a top 5 player in this league, period. Top 5, for sure. James Harden, the Beard. I don't want to hear all this crap when you talking about him because of how he acted or his playoff failures with Houston and all that. I don't care about that. We can agree James Harden is a top 5 talent. Now, he ended up going to the team that he wanted, the Brooklyn Nets. And this situation was a little bit different than Anthony Davis. Like I said, the Beard has several years up on his contract. He ended up going to the team he wanted. Now, who did he get traded for? Who did the Houston Rockets end up getting in exchange for a top 5 player in the league? And they didn't even get all these guys. Well, I'm about to read to you. Ended up being a 3-player team or a 4-player trade or whatever. And they didn't even get all these guys. I'm about to name up to you. Jared Allen, who averages 10 points a game, for his career. Torian Prince, Karis LeVert, who's averaged 14 points over his career. These two, I guess, are what you would consider them as 2 good young players, rotation top players for an NBA team. That's what you would consider them. And some other player, they got some other player I can't even pronounce his name, and they got 3 first-rounder picks and 4 pick swaps from the Houston Rockets. I mean, from the Nets. Did Houston get a top-tier player, top-tier talent for James Harden? No. And what happened? He ended up going to the team he wanted to. He forced his hand with several years left on his contract. He forced his hand and got traded to the team he wanted to go to. The Brooklyn Nets have 3, I would say Class A players, top-tier players. We know who they are: KD, Kyrie, and the Beard. Why can't the Lakers do the same? Why can't, with the assets that the Lakers have, players who are free agents, this summer is going to be the summer of the sign and trade. They have Kyle Kuzma, they have Dennis Schroeder, and they have Montrezl Harrell, and they have THT. Those are 4 viable trade bait or trade players that can trade. And to me, If you want to say the Nets players were better than what the Lakers have to trade and swap for right now, I don't think so. Jared Allen, like I say, 11 points per game. Montrez has averaged 13 points per game for his career, and he was a former six man of the year. Karis LeVert, or he averaged 14 points per game. Look, Kyle Kuzma has averaged more points per game in his career than Karis LeVert, and so has Dennis Schroeder. So why can't the Lakers? So it ain't why can't. The thing is, the Lakers can, just with those three players alone. Not to mention whatever they have, or if they happen to get a third team in the picture or whatever to acquire more draft picks. My point is, the Lakers have enough assets, and that right there, like I was saying about AD. Do you think that was the best package that any team like that the Pelicans could have got for AD? No, hell no, it wasn't. There was other teams that could have put together better packages, but it just didn't come together. Do you think for a top five player in the league, James Harden, do you don't we know damn well there was other packages out there that was better for James Harden other than Jared Allen, Torian Prince, and Karis LeVert? Please, please. And so for all you haters and you doubters and you suckers who think that Dame Dollar cannot be traded or he cannot be acquired by the LA Lakers, I just proved to you why you're wrong. And you guys got to get out of your head and stop being haters. This is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And, that's all there is to it. Um, you guys have doubted the Lakers front office. You've doubted their president of basketball operations and general manager Rob Pelinka. You said he couldn't finish the AD trade that Magic started, and he finished it. Um, Now his changes that he made over the last offseason, they didn't work, but that was mainly because of chemistry and a lack of time those guys had to play together. But we're not gonna make excuses. The Lakers lost, but Rob Pelinka has proved that he's a shrewd general manager and not scared to make deals. So if you don't think there's going to be some willing and dealing, and if you don't think the Lakers are not going to swing for the fences for a player like Damian Lillard, you sadly mistaken, man. We're talking about the LA Lakers, the class of the NBA, the class of professional sports teams in America. That's the LA Lakers. So just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information. I know it'll be great news for Laker fans, and I know a lot of haters gonna hate, but that's just the way it is. You guys have had to deal with the Lakers being perennial winners, throughout the last 3 or 4 decades. And I'm sorry. And after this trade is pulled off, you're gonna have to deal with it again for several more years, because when you pair Dame Dollar with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and then when LeBron rides off into the sunset, you're still gonna have AD, and you're still gonna have Dame Dollar. You're gonna spell bad news for all you haters, all the other teams in the NBA, and it's gonna be good news for us Laker fans. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. This is your boy AC, LA Sports Live. I'll rap with y'all later. Somebody hit that outro for me.